All right, we have another game here from SOK Crowfather and VOD Boch Boch, also known as Butcherbird and Bjorn. I am suspect. Bjorn really is liking bloated corpses recently. He has now brought 3 upon this realm. Triple bloated corpse in the trees, then some scurvy dogs, animated hulks, 4 bombers, 4 pistols. We have Vampire Fleet Admiral, Pistol of Vampires with Gaze in the Gash, Invocation Heck, and the Drowned Dead. We do have the Bloody Reaver, Depth Guard, ROR. More animated hulks, a Lamprey's Revenge, and more dogs. Cool. Another side for Norska. We do have the Soul Crusher Mammoth, War Mammoth ROR. The only thing it has to give to the fight is Enrage, 40% damage resistance, but does not have a buff for everybody else. We have Wolfric the Wanderer with Seafang, Hunter Champions, and Fight or Die. He is on foot. Gaze into Gash hits the Shaman Sorcerer Fire and does like negative damage to him, who only has Burning Head. We have 3 Javelin Marauders, then a mix of Marauder Berserkers and Marauders in the front line, and some Norscan Ice Wolves and the Beast of Tashnar Dog ROR. Norska trying to keep their infantry cheap, don't want to take any Marauder champions into bombers, that'll just delete them. Overall, I like the build. You should be able to get through the front line rather quickly, though these Berserkers maybe should have been held in reserve behind the Marauders. But man, you can see the bombers doing their ugly work. A bloated corpse gets run down by a Norscan Ice Wolf. The Norscan Ice Wolf attacks yet another bloated corpse, and the Norscan Ice Wolf is going to attack the last bloated corpse, dealing some friendly fire to the scurvy dogs, and that single Norscan Ice Wolf took out all 3 bloated corpses. Oh my god, it's a tragedy. More Norscan Ice Wolves are just going to take the fight with the scurvy dogs. Meanwhile, too many melee infantry are chasing animated hulks that are faster than them, so they're going to just get pushed out of the field here. Vampire Fleet Admiral with pistols is fighting Wolfric in melee combat. He should win that. Meanwhile, his Mammoth friend is going to try and keep him safe from all these zombies. There's a Burning Headcaster to really make anybody regret their silliness. Early Seafang thrown out somewhere. I couldn't see it, but it was somewhere. It might have been, maybe should have been safe for those Bloody Reaper Depth Guard, but who knows. Hunter of Champions is on the Vampire Fleet Admiral, but she's nice and safe and clear. She's just fine. Animated Hulks and dogs are diving the back line, making sure these Marauder Javelins can't really do all that they want to. Meanwhile, Berserkers and Norscan Ice Wolves are making the Vampire Coast pay dearly, so in the blink of an eye, both backlines are already dead. Like, the Javelins have all been mostly routed, a lot of the pistols are gone. Bombers are already mired in melee combat. Now, these guys could maybe turn and throw into these dogs and push them off, secure their other friends, but oh well. Scurvy dogs also need to come over. Meanwhile, Wolfric's still just bumping and grinding along with his Soul Grinder, along with the Shaman Sorcerer of Fire. With the Lamprey's Revenge and Bloody Reaver Depth Guard, though, this is a terrible spot for Norska to sit and fight, unfortunately. They need to opt out. They need to just leave this place. Bloody Reaver Depth Guard taking a lot more damage than I would have suspected, but still, if they can get healing from their Liege Lord, they'll be just fine. Big Burning Head will finish off that bomber mob. That pistol is now trying to shoot in on Wolfric, though it should probably be shooting at the Mammoth because the Mammoth is tall enough for that to see. They can't see Wolfric. Lamprey's Revenge is healing themselves up. Bloody Reaver Depth Guard is as well. They just need a little bit of support from a Vampire Fleet Admiral with pistols, and then they'll win this fight no problem. Javelin's trying to throw in on the Lamprey's Revenge, but they're a little too close to the front line for my liking. Meanwhile, Bombers trying to hold off the dogs and Berserkers. It's not really going well for them. Norska is chewing through those guys, but overall, maybe the Coast can still win the side with their animated hulks and dogs. Lamprey's Revenge getting an Invocation Heck, trying to keep them in the fight. Bloody Reaver Depth Guard also holding on. Animated hulks dying off. Ice Wolves also getting low. Big Seafang hits the Bloody Reaver Depth Guard, doing a bit of damage to them, though it does friendly fire the dogs a little bit. Might push them out. Fight or Die, keeping the Norskins in this fight. And Pistols now shooting at the Fire Shaman. Still really want them to shoot at the Soul Crusher. It is gigantic. It is right there. It would take a lot of damage, but the Pistol Summon does fade. Animated hulks are coming back from their trip abroad, from where they were hunting down the Marauder Javelins. And these Scurvy Dogs are trying to run away from the Ice Wolves, maybe charge into the Javelins themselves. Meanwhile, the Blob fight. Lamprey's Revenge getting real low in leadership. They're actually going to start disintegrating soon. So are the Bloody Reaver Depth Guard. They might need more heal support, but it is too late for Lamprey's Revenge. They entirely fade away. The Bloody Reaver Depth Guard also take a massive hit from the Soul Crusher, it looks like, and they are also going to fade away, making it real difficult for the Vampire Coast to try and win this blob fight, though they did do a lot of damage during it. Enrage is on the Bloody Reaver Depth Guard, trying to keep him in the fight, and the Vampire Fleet Admiral opts in Wall Hunters of Champions. That gives her only 10 melee defense. makes her a pretty prime target for the Norskins. Elsewhere, we have a healthy animated Hulk that's too far from the fight to really matter too much. There is more Norskin mobile support coming in the form of their dogs. They have some Rangers coming back as well. Blood Reaver Depth Guard are going to be gone. That'll leave just the caster on her own. I think that is going to be GG. I just don't see how this caster alone can carry it. There are some dogs, but Norskin has just better dogs than you. And every shot she takes, you see the bounce power swing wildly in the favor of Norska. Wolfric's still healthy. The Mammoth is fine enough. And there's a Sorcerer of Fire to Burning Head anything that summons. Coastal just FF at that point. So one of the dogs isn't going to get the credit it deserves, but it did kill 3 bloated corpses. It just doesn't get the value for that. So that was fucking insane. War Mammoth, 2,200 value. Beasts of Tashnarth, about 400. Ice Wolves, mixed, but overall they did fine. Javelins, mixed, but they were very necessary in the build. You can see the one that actually got to stand fire got a ton of value. Berserkers, mixed value, but again, they were good at chopping through the front line. Marauders also did fine. Burning Headcaster did fine. Wolfric did just dandy as well. I have not been feeling this caster. I know Bjorn's been taking it a lot recently. Maybe he's just having fun. Maybe he's being serious, but I haven't seen it do particularly well. I think Noctilus is better if you want the Vampire Caster Lord, or I think Celostra is better if you don't want Noctilus. Like, if there's ever a situation where you're scared Noctilus isn't the pick, I think Celostra is just better than the Support Lord, but maybe I'm just wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. Blood Reaver Depth Guard and Lampish Bench did fine. Animated Hulks did really well, running around, disrupting a bunch of javelins and stuff. Dogs also did fine. Bombers did well. The bloated corpses, unfortunately, were not it. The pistol mobs struggled to hold their ground, and yeah, that's GG. And GG, triple bloated corpse, tried their goddamn best. They all got eaten alive by one dog. Roar! Subscribe, yes.